Alright, we're back.
Time for the next prisoner.
Yeah, you think you should maybe go clamp him or something?
What? He's not gonna...
Yeah, you have to actually talk to them.
Huh, weird.
Yeah.
Usually it's just line of sight.
No, these are human beings, and you have to actually interact with them.
But I don't like interacting with humans.
And it's the worst part of my day.
Oh, boy.
Majestic.
I'm not sure. I can probably still win this. I have type advantage.
I'm suddenly reminded when we talked to the Pokemon fan club leader who was just Plague of Gripes, and he had this weird...
Rapidash.
Yeah,
ellipses.
he kept describing his weird sexual fetish. Oh my god, that predates bronies.
Oh my god, you're right. Yeah, by quite a bit. Although I'm willing to bet there were still people jerking it to the original My Little Pony.
I don't want to believe you, but I'm forced to.
I promise you, people were jacking it in the 80s to call upon the sea ponies.
You could have ended it there.
Jacking it in the 80s.
That sounds like an interesting music video waiting to happen.
Yeah, kinda does.
Oh man, we should make an internet documentary.
Jacking it in the 80s, and it's
a fucking, like...
the dawn of furries, and it's just pictures of Chitara from Thundercats.
I was gonna say, we should... No! Oh, this might not be good. I was gonna say, it would actually be an interesting documentary where we try to track how many current-day joke fetishes actually started in the weird, lawless 80s.
Yeah.
We could probably get a good number of them. I'm pretty sure you're right on the mark with
Learn
fucking...
a rock move.
That's fine, too.
Okay.
It's a thing. Ow! Why you do? But yeah, no, you would definitely call out furries. You might be able to make the argument for
Robin Hood?
Yeah, I can believe it.
Where
Mary
Robin
Magdalene.
Hood was the fox and Maid Magdalene and all that shit?
Yeah. Lola Bunny certainly helped.
Yeah, but that was in like 2000.
It was 90s.
Space Jam was either 99 or 2000.
No, it was earlier 90s because I lived in the States at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was like almost exactly on the millennium.
I don't think so.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No, because I know it predated the Pokemon movie. And the Pokemon movie came out the year 2000.
Okay. No, Pokemon 2000 came out in the year 2000.
Yeah.
And that was the Lugia movie.
1996.
96, really?
Yeah, Space Jam was 96.
Huh.
Wow, the critics do not like it, but the fan reception... So, critic reception, 6.4 out of 10, or 59%.
Mm-hmm.
However, user scores, 4.5 out of 5, or 94%.
You know what? If you want to see a huge gap between critic scores and user scores, look up the Cory in the House game for the DS.
Oof. I thought you were going to mention Star Wars, because last time I looked at that was still a huge disparity between people giving that a shot and people just being like, it was trash.
Well, that's the thing. He didn't want to make a good movie. Rian Johnson didn't want to make a good movie. He wanted to make a divisive movie, and he succeeded.
As much. Yeah.
He did do that.
He said I wanted to make a movie that people, like, half the people will love and half the people will hate, and by God, half the people loved and half the people hated it.
Yeah, and now Disney is saying that the new Star Wars will be a, quote, course correction. So...
I'm glad at least they acknowledge that it was a mistake to hire him.
Yeah, they're fucking bringing back J.J. Abrams.
Well, that was always the plan. Even before this one came out.
Really?
For reasons I cannot understand, it was J.J. Abrams, unknown director, J.J. Abrams finishes. Someone else was always set to write the middle.
That's strange.
Yeah, that was my entire problem when they were writing the new Star Wars trilogy. I was like...
They did it movie by movie instead of as a trilogy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was always, like, the story apparently was... So, people have said, and you could prove this wrong by just checking dates. People have said, oh, all the directors had written the scripts all at the same time, so it was all pre-planned. But then you can find a lot of people being like, yeah, this guy was brought in later and all this other... I forgot Blaine looked like that.
I'm gonna fuck off just to heal up.
Okay. But yeah, you could easily disprove that by actually pinpointing when people were given which parts of the script, and the fact that, like, even Disney is distancing itself from Rian Johnson's script. Also, the fact that Rian Johnson... Oh boy. There are video clips of him presenting the script to a very lukewarm and even almost sarcastic set of yays.
Yep.
And I will always point out early interviews before Disney took him aside and gave him a strict talking to with Mark Hamill, where he was clearly being more honest.
Yeah. Where Mark Hamill was like, "Oh, what they did with Luke, it's terrible."
Yeah. And like,
then suddenly he changed his tune.
Yeah. And he would be like, "Me and Ryan never got along," and then suddenly, "Oh, we got along swimmingly." Disney put a gun to my head. What power would they even have over him? By now he's set for life, and all he has to be is like...
Well, he doesn't want to get sued.
Yeah, I guess. Man, I can't believe we actually live in a fucking time and date where you're not allowed to give an honest opinion under threat of lawsuit.
Yep.
How did we allow that to happen?
Well, people are willing to sign contracts saying that they won't trash a thing in order to get more money. What the fuck are you doing, Growlithe?
Yeah. Which is funny, because when you think about it, he had the power at any point to probably sink this entire thing. Because, I mean, Star Wars fans... Oh, this again. I am very sure Star Wars fans would have listened to the fucking Mark Hamill before they listened to anyone else.
Yeah, most likely.
Especially considering even Disney has now acknowledged that Kennedy was probably not the right person to put in charge.
Yep. I'm still confused about Solo and why they thought that was a good idea. Like, I get the whole...
Because Han Solo was popular.
No, I get that, but what I mean specifically is that they launched it against Infinity War, of all things. And the main villain, spoiler, was Darth Maul. To which I understand why that works in canon, because I watched the cartoons.
And the comics and a lot of stuff.
Right, but most people haven't seen all of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And are very confused by why Darth Maul is suddenly in this movie.
And alive. Especially considering, if you've just watched the movies, it would be a bit odd that this man who has been dead for 3 films is suddenly alive and being crime.
Yeah. Like, okay. I understand that in canon it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But a lot of people...
I mean, this is exactly like what we were talking about earlier, of trying to explain to Grandma a Tier 5 meme.
Yeah.
You have to sit someone down and be like, okay, so in this set of cartoons, which are some of the only things that are still canon...
Yep.
Blah blah blah, Darth Maul swore revenge, yada yada yada, and then... Oh man, this gets even weirder when you realize that, like, whatever they're trying to set up with Darth Maul can't, by its own nature, be resolved in these films. Because he gets canon killed in the Rebels show by, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh my god. I have not watched much of Rebels, I'll be honest.
It's actually pretty alright. Some of their, like, filler episodes actually manage to be really entertaining and fun. Like the episode where the crew gets repeatedly scammed by Lando Calrissian.
Huh.
Or some of the episodes where Ezra keeps getting scammed by
this
known...
is Fire Blast.
Okay. Yes. Where Ezra, who's like the little young Jedi, keeps getting scammed by his friend, a known criminal underworld leader. God, I can't remember. He's the old space pirate that was in the Clone Wars all the time. Holdo!
Was he the spice guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember that yellow, freaky alien pirate who keeps popping up and ruining everything?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he's one of Ezra's friends, and he keeps showing up and stealing everything.
Oh my
god. And
god.
the crew keeps being like, Ezra, stop trusting him. He's literally ruined everything. And Ezra's like, no, but he's serious this time, and he never is.
That's
like,
great.
so there's shit like that where you're like, that's fun. And then you have actual, like, villains who manage to be intimidating, like the time where it's like, oh, hey, there's no reason why the Emperor would give 2 shits about Ezra and friends, and for the most part doesn't. But hey, you know who would care? Darth Vader on his never-ending crusade to kill all Jedi.
Yeah.
He shows up for a while. What's it? The planet they keep trying to liberate happens to be a quiet, out of the way planet where Grand Admiral Thrawn is trying to build TIE defenders, and they keep fucking that up. So now they have a reason to get Thrawn in there, shit like that. Anyway, yeah. Darth Maul comes in and tries to be evil and tries to make Ezra his apprentice and all this other shit.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, long story short, he uses Ezra to get a vision of where Obi-Wan Kenobi is so he can finally have his revenge. And it's... If you've never seen that there's a famous comic...
I've seen the picture of old Obi-Wan Kenobi killing Darth Maul, and I have seen that old comic.
Yeah. Long short of it is they kind of recreated that fight.
I was always under the impression that fight was supposed to be like some kind of horrible fever dream, and then they made it canon.
That comic was always just a part of a thing called Star Wars Tales, which was more or less what-ifs and shit that's just debatably canon, or stuff that didn't matter if it was canon.
Okay.
So, the status of that fight between the two of them was more or less delegated to canon in that it didn't affect anything.
Okay.
It was just kind of like a neat little resolution, because in the comics, they did bring back Darth Maul occasionally in weird forms. Like there was
robot legs, Spider-Man.
Yeah. Robot legs, and then one dude once stole his brain and made like a hard light hologram ghost to hunt Luke Skywalker.
Jesus fucking Christ, how many times is Darth Maul going to be brought back from the dead?
Too many. Oh, there was one time where he was brought back to life as a clone to fight Darth Vader. A lot, honestly. That's the short answer, is they keep bringing him back for stupid reasons.
He was a really cool design.
He was a cool design, and artists like to draw him.
And a lot of people weren't up on all the other weird canon bullshit, so everyone thought they were the first ones to do it.
Yeah. Anyway, so whatever storyline they were trying to start up with Han Solo fighting Darth Maul would result in a end total sum of it doesn't matter anyway, because Darth Maul canonically gets killed by Obi-Wan anyway, because
See,
Rebels
people
is
come and get me.
Yeah, because Rebels is still canon.
Yep. And aren't they canceling Rebels to make a new one now?
No, Rebels is finished.
Okay.
It actually hard finished. They started a new one, which is about the starting of the Resistance, and it's been getting, at best, poor fan reception.
I've heard it's mediocre.
That's it. Like, that's the best reviews I've been hearing about it, is it's not offensive. The only thing I've seen anyone actually latch onto is that one of the characters is a ex-TIE Interceptor pilot.
Neat.
Who's still wearing his uniform. He's got gray hair, aviator sunglasses, and keeps drinking, like, canned drinks and complaining. And everyone keeps saying that he's just the boomer meme brought to life.
Is he actually flying a TIE Interceptor that he stole off of the Empire or something?
No, they have him, whenever he is flying, he's flying, like, the character ship of this subseries. Which are, like...
The not X-Wing.
Yeah, the weird not X-Wing, not... It's some sort of weird modified speeder, but his has, like, old Imperial flight patterns and all this shit on it, so... He is the boomer meme.
Okay.
He is the,
complaining about kids these days and how they were better and...
Yeah, about how the Empire was better and how these... His literal reason for being there, if I recall hearing right, is that the First Order is doing the Empire a disservice. He's straight up just like, they make us look bad. And I'm like, I'm okay with that motivation. I forgot that this gym was filled with muscle bros and weirdos.
Okay, so if I'm not making it abundantly clear, flying beats fighting, right?
Yes.
Okay. If I'm not making it abundantly clear through my actions, I'm trying to level this pony's head.
I figured. Anyway, so that's been, at best, bad, like, meh fan reception, but occasional meme bait.
Okay. Aren't they also taking
Dave Filoni had, like, some work on it, but it's from recent evidence of they're bringing the Clone Wars back. Everyone suspected. They just wanted to stick his name on this project, and he just wanted a means to beg them to let him finish the Clone Wars.
I love his terrible eyes. I love Machoke.
Because Dave Filoni, that crazy cowboy hat-wearing son of a bitch, may be a complete and utter madman, but to his credit, he was a pretty alright writer.
This is gonna be like the gym of Tidal Wave.
Well, I mean, it doesn't do any... Well, I mean, you're winning, but... Yeah, I mean, they are... Technically, they should be all fighting... Or not fighting. Ground types, which you should have the advantage against. It is very odd that they have a bunch of fighting types. Anyway. Yeah, we'll see you next time, folks.
Bye, everybody.